What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Backliners podcast. It's Aggro and Barracuda. As per usual, the dream team is back, baby. And Barry, it's starting to pick up a little bit, no? For Smite 2. I mean, we got a LAN this weekend. We've got 3 new gods coming into the game. There's a lot of action coming out right now with Smite 2. And this is a little bit of a spoiler. I don't know if I didn't clear if I was allowed to give this or not. Isaiah sometimes in the chat. Hopefully he doesn't yell at me. We have for the Titan Talk tomorrow, because I am going to cast the LAN this weekend. I am flying into Atlanta tomorrow, and I am going straight from the airport to the studio so that I can be on Titan Talk to debut a very large new to Smite 2 feature that we have not talked about publicly at all yet. And that's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So we got a lot going on right now in the Smite 2 world, Barry.
Wait, are you going to be the one giving the news?
I'm giving the news. Yes, sir.
That's exciting.
This is a feature that I've been put in charge of, that I've been pushing for, that I am very excited about. And I'm very, I'm a little anxious, to be honest with you, about what the public reception is going to be, because it is, God, should I be saying this? Yeah, who cares?
I'm just here.
No, I'll get in trouble. It's fine. I already gave a presentation on this to the ambassadors, and I told them ahead of time, and I'll tell our dear listeners the exact same thing, that I think this is a level of change on the level of boots removal. I think it will fundamentally change the game at a core level, in a way that I'm really excited about, and I hope everyone else will be excited about it too. But
you're putting boots back into the game.
No, it is not boots back. No, it is not boots back.
That'd be so funny.
Can you imagine, like, Smite 2 now with shoes again, boots? Like, we're so back, baby. No, it is not. It is not boots back, but it is a large fundamental gameplay change that I am anxious about, but excited about. So I hope you'll all tune in again. That's going to be debuted on Titan Talk tomorrow at 3 p.m. So very excited
YouTube
about that. But
as well,
go ahead.
Is that on YouTube as well?
I don't know. Okay. I feel like it. We should be. If we aren't, then oops. But
I'll try to listen to it at work then. I'll be excited to hear the news that you're giving away.
Yes. I don't even remember if I've talked to you about it. I feel like I did months ago. Maybe I asked your opinion on it. But
you talk about a lot of things, so
I'm a little bit of a yapper. It's true.
Yeah.
I am guilty of that.
I feel like you probably told me, so I'm gonna try to not say anything.
Yes. Oh, I did talk to you and Bobby about it. I remember.
Yeah,
it's that.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
That's not that big of a change.
Okay. Just yeah, sure, man. Just undermine me. That's cool. Yeah,
I'm not undermining you. I was trying to make you not nervous about it for tomorrow.
Oh,
wait, tomorrow?
Well, yeah, tomorrow.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm not gonna be too nervous. I'll be fine. It'll be fun. I'm honestly a little more nervous to cast than I am to give that Titan Talk. Is that true? No, that's not true. I'm just also nervous to cast a little bit because it's been years since I've done it, and I do a lot of VOD review with Bobby and I do a good amount of VOD review, and I've done some with Tom and Dave and Gore and all those guys, and I'm still giving advice like, oh, this is what you got to be doing, and I feel like I'm gonna go up there and be like, I've forgotten how to do all of this. But I'm so excited to cast again, man. It's gonna be so fun.
You know who you're casting with?
I do. I'm getting a little sampler, I believe. I think I'll get a little Dolson. I'll get a little Malum. I'll get a little Jorby. I'll get a little bit with everyone. I'm really hoping that I'm starting out with Dave, just because we've casted so much together that I'm gonna need the help to get back in the flow. To get back in the swing of things. But yeah, man, it's gonna be fun.
I feel like you're going to be really nervous up until the cast actually starts, and then once the cast starts, I think you're literally just going to enter like a flow state, and just it's going to feel so natural and just easy for you. Because I mean, you were so good at it for so long that I feel like that doesn't just go away. Like
I sure hope not, man. I feel like I've still got it. If I just crap it up, like, man, how depressing would that? I'd be so sad. I don't know. Like, I do VOD reviews with people, and I feel like I've still got it. You know, like I feel like I'm so on top of what I'd be talking about at all these different points, and you know what storylines I'm driving and all that kind of stuff. But it'll be fine. You know, I'm really not that stressed about it. I just have a lot of like nervous energy because I just want to do it again so badly. And super excited to be able to go to Vegas and do it as well. You know, really pumped about that. So good to get some games in before the full LAN. And really, I'm just hoping my voice holds up. That's just because my vocal cords aren't seasoned, they aren't trained right now, and I
stretched.
Bro, sometimes if we have a long podcast, like I feel it in my vocal cords afterwards. I'm like, man, I'm so washed. Like I used to be able to yell for hours and be totally fine. So I'm gonna have to be really diligent about my belly breathing and pushing from my diaphragm and all that kind of stuff in order to make sure that my voice holds.
When was your most recent like mock cast that you've done?
The last cast I did, like, I have not done a single one. And I want to do another, like, I told Dave, I was like, hey man, can we get together like Wednesday or Thursday night? And he was like, yeah, maybe. We'll see. He's not going to do it, bro. I know him, man. He's not going to do it. Maybe Bobby and I'll do something. He said he wanted to hang, so I don't know. I'll get it sorted. You know, I did like 1 or 2 practice casts before I casted for the first time ever at the Summer LAN back in season 3. And I got hired after that. So surely like that's I'm good. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll get hired all over again.
Oh boy, lucky me. Lucky me. It'll be something.
Yeah, I'll try to tune into the Titan Talk, and the games are starting on Thursday, correct?
Thursday, but I'm not casting until Saturday because I have too much dev work to do, so I cannot afford to miss. I cannot afford to miss that many days of dev work as we approach, you know, the holiday season and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna be working in office Thursday and Friday, and then doing design stuff, and then Saturday, Sunday I'll be casting.
And then wait, are you going back to dev work on Monday?
Yep. Fly back to dev work on Monday. I'll probably take a little half day or something, you know.
Yeah, surely.
I'll probably take a half day, but hey, brother, it's go time, you know. It's getting close to when we branch for some pretty big stuff, so gotta get it in. That's just how it works.
When's the Vegas LAN again?
Vegas LAN is January something to the something. It's before my birthday, which is the 24th. So
and after my birthday, which is the 1st.
Right. It's between our birthdays in January. And it's a weekend. So that's probably only like 2 or 3 weekends that could be. So we've narrowed it down.
I'm trying to get...
It's the weekend before my birthday, for sure. I'm almost positive it's the weekend before my birthday.
Okay. I'm trying to get a little bit back into the Smite scene now that my brain is more accustomed to work, and it's like work is now just kind of easy, I guess. I'm like less nervous about it and more comfortable. So I feel like when I get home after work, I'm not like dog tired anymore. Like I'm actually like having energy to do things and like
to hit the cues, brother.
Yeah, and I was playing some arena games earlier. Those were pretty fun, and it's Smite 2 is definitely starting to feel a bit better to me and a bit more natural. But I'm still a noob in using like auto buy and everything, which I think it's going to take me a while to learn the items and what they do.
Sure.
There's just a lot of, I don't know if if it's actually intimidating, or if I just sat down and read all the items and be like, okay, that's what I need to build.
You would get it pretty quickly, I think.
Okay, yeah. I was playing a Bologna game, and I don't know why her 2 feels like it does so much more damage now. I was like 2ing people for like 500. I don't know if that was that way in Smite 1, but it felt like such a big, juicy number.
I feel like it's just because the presentation is so much better now
yeah.
that it feels more impactful, you know?
Yeah. Maybe auras are less now from supports, maybe?
No support auras at all.
Oh, so yeah, that might also have something to do with it. Because I was just like, I'm doing so much damage now, I feel like I can out-trade everyone.
Yep.
Like I just hit like a critical peak of just owning everyone.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in playing some more Smite. I was asking my chat earlier if they would want to watch the games with me this weekend.
Ooh, little co-stream.
Yeah,
he's back. He's back.
I don't really know anything about Smite 2, so I can't give like actual feedback of, oh, that was a good play because of X, Y, and Z. I could just be like, that was a good play.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
fine.
That was pretty good. That was impressive.
Hey, that'll do.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. Also, I'm very shocked that Paul's team didn't make it.
I know, bro.
Zap's team didn't make it, but way more shocked that Paul's team didn't make it. And
Paul's team didn't make it, and neither did Coast and Nika's team in EU.
That's crazy. What's
it's so nuts. Coast, Kha'Zix, Kennet, Dardes, Nika, and that's the full roster.
Never mind, I'm not surprised that they didn't make it.
What do you mean, brother? That's the 3 most recent Smite World Champions adapting and Kha'Zix, brother.
Genuinely not surprising at all. I can imagine I've played more Smite 2 than Dardes has.
No, but it's maybe in terms of non-competitive matches, it's close. Yeah, from what I've heard.
I can imagine Dardes just showing up for game day and being like, "What are the patch notes? Like, what am I supposed to play?"
He goes, "What is this, man? I can't be asked. Like, what is?
Give me more again. Like,
yep, give me Cuckoo, give me Mori. Like, whatever's going on is going on."
And
yeah.
Then adapting. I watch him play Apex all the time, so I don't know how much Smite 2 he was playing, or
I feel like he was playing a good amount.
And I assume Nika still streams every day playing solo, maybe?
Yep.
So I assume him and Coast probably played by far the most. I don't know about anything about Kha'Zix.
Yeah.
But I can assume, not like pinning this on Dardes or anything, but
sure.
I can just imagine that he's not the biggest grinder, especially in like
no, that's not my
new game. Yeah. Like you got to get him to land, and then it starts like hitting a critical mass. But
well, unfortunately, they did not.
Everyone else failed their duties to not get him to land.
they messed up. But it should be a really great LAN. If you want, if you're listening and you want a little more LAN preview talk, Bobby and I talked a lot about these teams in last week's episode or 2 weeks ago. So highly recommend you. It was our last episode, so go check that out. But today we're talking about the 3 new gods that just got added into Smite 2. And those are Aphrodite, Medusa, and Pele. So let's start with Aphro. Her new things, as per usual, we're just going to cover the new things. She got a new passive meter with new art for better clarity. Now her AO1, the kiss, a locked on to ally kiss will now hit enemies it hits along the way. And if this happens, the full length cooldown will be applied. And you will still kiss your ally. There was a lot of hubbub on Twitter about how this was removing a counterplay option because people said they would intentionally jump in front of Afro kisses so that she couldn't link a target. And then it came out that wasn't possible in Smite 1, that it would just pass through the enemy and not stun them. And I'll be honest, in a little bit of pettiness, think that was really funny. That a lot of people got like really mad that we were removing counterplay for a situation that did not happen in Smite 1.
Yeah.
And I sympathize because I'll tell you, when we're doing these God ports, there are a million times where we go, oh, this is how it works in Smite 1. It should work like this. And then someone goes and checks how it works in Smite 1. They're like, no, it doesn't work like that at all. And you're like, really? Are you sure? And you go, yep, that's how it works in Smite 1. I promise. I sympathize. I get it. I don't begrudge anyone for it. Maybe I would recommend like testing it and making sure before tweeting about it. But, you know, it's also the internet and you can't expect that of everyone. So I just have to say, like, it brought me some smiles when people started being like, hey, that's how it worked. It wasn't possible in Smite 1. The other new feature for Kiss is if you were linked to an ally for 4 seconds or longer, when you switch to a new linked target, both allies will become jealous. And this is insane. This is a really strong buff. Aphrodite, really good at linking to an ADC and then like kissing a tank and giving her ADC jealousy buff, and then they like shred for a little bit. Getting to make 2 damage dealers jealous on an objective like Fire Giant or Gold Fury actually is huge and is a really cool like skill expression feature of new Aphrodite that I'm a huge fan of. It was really strong. The 2 now has a new feature. Enemies hit by both areas of back off in a single fire will now be hit by 25% bonus damage. Before, it didn't do anything when you overlapped, and now it does. Having gotten basically one shot by this, it's really strong. Her AO3, the Lovebirds, int scaling returns to the healing on Lovebirds. Scaling is higher scaling for Aphrodite than for her allies being healed by the effect. So building power means that it does increase your healing power, but mostly on yourself, not your allies. It does still contribute to the ally healing, but it's just less so, which I think is good. And then the biggest new feature, I'd say, her ultimate, she can now refire this ability while the buff is active, so while the shield is on you, to fly to her ally's location. And she is untargetable while flying. Aphro now has a leap, basically, in the ultimate. It's really good. This character is really good.
Surprising. That's truly shocking.
Yeah, she's good. She's really. Have I mentioned that she's good and that she's like she has been dominating playtests recently. Dominating.
She been dominating more from support or mid?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. She's been winning a lot no matter where she goes.
One of those characters.
Yeah, she's pretty good. We got some like last minute nerfs in, I think, or we are about to ship some last minute nerfs. Another spoiler that maybe I shouldn't have said. But it's she's good. Yeah, Aphrodite mains are eating good this patch.
What was that guy? Purple Battalion?
I do not remember Purple Battalion. Maybe I do. That sounds kind of familiar.
I think that guy was an Afro main, like that made it into the Masters queues. But I'm pretty sure he was an Afro main and had like 9,000 stars. But yeah, I like all the features. The Kiss seems really insanely good.
Yep.
Does the Kiss hit multiple enemies along the way? Like, does it stun all of them?
Probably. I would guess so.
That's crazy.
But it would need to be linked. It would need to be on a locked on ally target. So you'd have to have multiple enemies in the line in between you and an ally for that to happen.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it'll just stop on first enemy hit like normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems really good. Honestly, all of these seem really good. I'm probably most scared of the ult jump, because that was kind of just the way you killed Aphrodite, was no escape. You just kind of like dogpiled her.
Yeah.
Giving her a leap is crazy, but obviously it's a situational leap. You have to rely on your teammates' positioning. I don't know if you can ult and then kiss someone over a wall and then fly to them. Can you do that?
No. You're locked out of acting during the ult, except for the refire. So no.
Okay, cool. I was like, If you could immune that and then kiss over the wall and then fly over the wall during the refire, that would be insane. Are there any other changes to the numbers? Like
Yeah, yeah. The numbers are all subject to be changed. I don't know if they're adjusted. We have so many new gods in each playtest that it's like
that's fair. Yeah.
Impossible. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know what we settled on for Medusa. Like I'm getting to Medusa. That it just for these gods that we aren't owners of. Like it's really easy to lose track of the things that we're trying versus like doing and what's in and what gets pulled and yada yada yada. So yeah, not sure.
A lot of moving parts at the same time.
Yes, a whole lot of moving parts even. Yeah, I expect Aphrodite to do quite well.
Is she going to be available for this land?
That I actually don't know.
I would assume not, but if she is, that'd be very spicy and fun.
It would be very spicy. It would be fun. I don't know either. We'll find out very shortly in like 2 days, right?
Yeah.
If she is. I should probably know that before I start casting it, but you know, I don't start casting until Saturday, so it's fine.
Knowing Smite and knowing SPL players and how they worked in the past, I would assume none of these will be available, but they will be available for Worlds. But I would assume for this land, wait, when did this patch come out exactly?
Today.
This is 12. Oh, yeah, no, they're not going to be available. No way.
Yeah, no way. I'm at. Yeah, CA7. Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, this is CA8. So no, none of these gods for this week, which is probably the right call. Medusa now has some hybrid scaling, so you can build her a little bit in and a little bit strength. Her AO1 has some new features. Each successful hit on an enemy god reduces the cooldown of this ability by 0.5 seconds. And the attack speed stim scales with strength. So before, it gave you a set amount of speed that you would get to fire off these autos, and now it will be even faster with strength. Barra, what's tickling your fancy already?
What about your Hydra's Medusa with the Viper Shot one?
Bro, imagine. I was like... But here's the thing, brother. Here's the thing, okay? Because she has split scaling, you can go Hydras and Polynomicon.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
So much burst.
So much burst. Listen, maybe just Poly on an int build is the play. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to try it in playtesting, so maybe that's just all you have to do.
How much cooldown can you build nowadays? Is it still capped at 40?
No, cooldown is now cooldown rates. It is not cooldown reduction, and it is not additive. So it follows the same formula as protections in terms of efficiency. So
okay.
When you buy 10 cooldown rate, it's really like 9.6 or something like that. When you buy your second 10, then that'll take you to like 17 or something. Like you get diminishing returns the more cooldown rate you build.
Gotcha.
But there's no cap.
For real?
For real. Yep. For real. Her 3, the dash, now instantly destroys statues when colliding with them during this ability. Listen, it matters more now, okay? It matters more now. All right? And her ultimate, statues are created when an enemy god is killed during any of the ability's effects, including the stun, slow, or the damage. So if they are slowed still and someone else kills them, then they still become a statue. And I will tell you that statues are way, way, way more common now. And when a statue is destroyed, the cooldown of her 3 is reduced by 5 seconds. She gains a 10-second strength and intelligence buff, and she gets a permanent stack of strength and intelligence buffs.
A cute minigame.
So you get to, it's a little more minigamey that you want to get in there, make some statues, destroy them, and you can line up some crazy plays where you dash through some statues that they left behind in lane, and then you can dash again really quickly. You can basically one-shot people off of them if you're strong enough. She was a tough one. She was a tough one, I think.
Is this only when you are destroying the statues, or when anyone destroys the
When anyone destroys a statue.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
So
I don't know if there was like statue denial games or anything like that.
Nope. She gets her permanent buff no matter what. And she gets her duration based buff.
Yeah, the 3 change now makes sense. The 3 change before reading the old change was very goofy.
Yes.
Like, Afro gets like this like giant list, and Medusa can dash through statues. Like,
Yeah, that you know it. Imagine if that was the only thing. She could literally just dash through statues.
finally, the Medusa change that's gonna bring me back. Yeah, I like the Viper shot change a lot. I don't know. It depends on how much the attack speed stim scales with strength, because it was already, if I remember correctly, it was already a pretty high number when it was hitting the level 5 upgrade of Viper shot. But if it scales pretty quickly and you get like a buttload of attack speed, that'd be really cool. The 3 it now makes sense for the destroying the statues. The mini game is really cool. Any mini game on ADCs, like, I think that's why I like Shablanc so much, just because of his passive mini game that you just always get to play. Because anytime a Bola hits someone, I'm like, yes, I'm a little bit closer. Now I can do the same with Medusa, and that's a lot of fun. Especially since she scales with strength and intelligence. If it's a decent number of permanent stack of both, that would feel good. It needs to be something that makes you feel good about killing the statues or someone else killing the statues, but kind of playing around your statues, especially if you can like clutch a team fight with ulting someone, killing them during the slow or the stun, and then dashing away. I feel like that'd be really cool. Just getting those resets off. And yeah, I like these changes a lot. The 3 change is still kind of funny to me, but everything else makes sense.
Yeah, you can. She's I think of Medusa as a team fighting hunter. And this does improve her team fight for sure, where the statues give you a buff in permanently and in the short duration. And like you said, if you can be really risky and kind of flank a team fight and get 2 assists off of your ult, and then be able to dash through both of those statues and basically refresh your dash cooldown instantly. So you can make some really cool plays. So excited to see what the Medusa... I also think that the hybrid scaling has been really successful on like Izanami, for example. And I'm excited to see how people end up building Medusa, because I think you have a ton of options for how to build a god like that. So that's pretty cool. All right, before we go to Pele, our final god of the patch, got to let you know about our sponsor for today's episode, and that is Via. Need a break from the crowded stores and endless gift lists? Restore your zen and embrace the natural power of hemp this holiday season with Via. With this holiday season, you can unwind and recharge with Via, whether you're enjoying a quiet evening at home or embracing the festive cheer. Via's premium THC and THC-free gummies will help you find your perfect holiday balance. They're well-renowned for their award-winning THC and THC-free gummies and vapes, THCA flower, soothing topicals, and calming drops, all crafted with the highest quality hemp sourced from trusted, independently owned American farms. And the best part, Via legally ships to nearly all states in the U.S. in discreet packaging directly to your door with a worry-free guarantee, no medical card required. So if you're 21 or over, check out our link to Via's website in our description and use code BACKLINERS for 15% off. My basement is a mess because our furnace went out, so I had to rearrange some stuff. Do I have my... No, I moved my box that I showed last time, unfortunately. But they send you a really nice box with all the stuff really nicely packed, everything very nicely labeled. I tried some THC gummies, some THC-free gummies. They were all really cool. They all had very clear, concise descriptions. And I always feel a lot better when I know that the stuff that I'm taking is verified and been tested and all that kind of stuff. And Via does a great job of that. So they've got a lot of great stuff. They're an industry leader with over 500,000 customers served. They're made in the USA. They're farmed and crafted with care. Award-winning service. You can experience their top-notch customer service. And they've got quality ingredients sourced from the finest hemp for your peace of mind. Plus, lab-tested and certified. Plus, they're affordable and accessible. Premium products that fit your budget. So, this holiday season, gift yourself some peace of mind. If you're 21 or over, check out the link to Via in our description and use code BACKLINERS to receive 15% off. After you purchase, they ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. It's super helpful to us. So this holiday season, enhance your everyday with Via. Again, if you're 21 or over, big shout out to them for being the sponsor for today's podcast. All right, last but not least, it's Pele. Pele has a couple of new features, but has one that is really, really obvious and potent. But let's get to it. The spawn location of the return projectiles has been adjusted slightly, so the gods hit at max range of the initial projectile will also be hit by the returning ones. That was a problem in Smite 1 that we were finally able to fix. Her 2, firing this ability while in the amplified stage of Magma Rush. Magma Rush is her 3. So her 3 has the normal form and the amplified form. While in the amplified form, it will cause Pele to dash a short distance before erupting. So it really is like an initiating movement, gap close type of situation. And the animation lends itself really well to this. She kind of kicks off the ground already, does her little twirl, and then lands where she's going to plant the eruption. It is really, really, really good. You will also troll yourself with it probably multiple times your first time playing Pele in Smite 2. It happened to every single one of our playtesters. It is very normal to end up trolling yourself, overshooting someone that you didn't mean to because you're not ready for it, all of that kind of stuff. But I promise when you get used to it, it is crazy. It is crazy good, for sure. The Magma Rush also has a new feature that she now enters Magma Rush and gains the effects faster in Smite 1, but is locked out from canceling the effect for the same duration as in Smite 1. So you can't just like toggle off, on-off really, really quickly. It's the same, you can, it's just the same speed as Smite 1, but there's now not as much of a delay when you enter the Magma Rush. So the Pele changes really heavily carried by this dash that she gets. Something that we're discussing a lot of in these +1 discussions is in a one relic world where you might not, these blink reliant characters like Pele might not always be able to go blink. So how can we help them? This is a good example of one way for us to do it, which is give a character that would be potentially lacking initiation some built-in gap close in order to start her gank or her fight out. Also, she is crazy with combat blink because you can 2 and then blink, and it goes off where you blinked if you're fast enough. So that's good, as you could probably imagine.
Yeah, that seems pretty terrifying. I feel like most junglers are going to troll themselves for a while, and honestly, if we saw someone troll themselves in a tournament, I feel like it'd be pretty good content.
Yeah.
I feel like it would take Lasbra a little while to adjust to this, but releasing this before Worlds is pretty good timing for him, I would say.
Yep.
Especially if she feels pretty similar to Smite 1. I really was just thinking about Last this entire time, because I'm like, this is literally perfect timing for him. Yeah, I feel like he's just going to annihilate Worlds with this character. I mean,
very possible. Very possible.
I feel like the biggest change is probably just to the 2, getting her a short dash. Is it a changeable distance of a dash?
No, it's fixed. It's fixed.
Oh, okay. Got
and you can kind of, if you hear her coming and you think, that you can hear the enhanced state, you can kind of run into her a little bit and she will overshoot you. So it does add a little, I'm not going to say there's more counterplay before because there isn't. If you're playing Zeus, she's getting on you no matter what with this combo. But it's not hopeless for you. Like, there are things you can do, but not to take away from how strong it is. It's very strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would just have to see how the 2 feels, because I didn't play Pele that much in Smite 1 to begin with. I've just died to her a lot. So these changes don't, like, the 3 toggle doesn't really make sense to me, because I
can tell you in playtesting it was just if your 3 is active and you press 2, then you do the dash, and everyone was like, I'm dashing way too much. Like, I'm dashing over people when I don't mean to all the time. And so doing it over the enhanced version only was our way of giving you a little bit more control over if you are intending to do it or not.
Also about the locked out from canceling for that part of the 3. Because I didn't play her that much, so
it's really, you wouldn't feel a difference probably then. It's
okay,
just your 3 goes up a little earlier, and that's it.
Okay.
It's really just a feels change.
I did notice on her 1, getting hit with the initial projectile will also be hit by the returning ones. I feel like I did notice that a bit in Smite 1.
Mm-hmm.
Of those missing. So that's a good change, but again, I feel like this character is probably going to feel pretty similar outside of being able to have that mind game with with her knockup and just which knockup is she going to go for? Is it going to be like a mind game knockup of where you're supposed to dodge, or is it just going to be like, oh, she's on me and I'm dead? Like,
yeah, I mean that's always Pele, right? Like Pele is literally just top end viable on does her build 100 to 0 you? Yep. If so, she's pickable. If not, she's not. Like, and that's kind of, I think that I could talk for 10 hours about whether or not we should keep an identity like that. But that is her identity, and as you've seen with a lot of these +1 changes, we're not really trying to mess with God identity very much. We want to keep gods in their niches, just improve them if we can, and these are changes that keep Pele in her zone for sure.
Yeah, I think I feel like her identity is so strong anyways that changing it would just kind of be a disservice to Smite 1 Pele. Like, if you're ulting on someone and having to cycle through cooldowns multiple times, like, that's just not going to feel good. Like,
no.
You want to feel the strong auto attacks, you want to feel the strong knockups, you want to feel the auto cancels, like, that's what makes Pele Pele. And just being able to, like, get that perfect ult team fight where you're just splashing their entire backline, or you flank at a perfect time and you just, like, blink on someone, you knock them up, ult after them, and just changing. I feel like changing that identity would have been bad. And
yeah,
I mean, from a ex-pro player perspective, I feel like the one-shot identity characters are just patch dependent, so I don't personally have a problem with them. But when they run a meta for too long, I think that's when it's a problem. But like cycling through the one-shot characters, I think is just like a part of balance of a video game. Like, MOBAs probably have that issue a lot, and then other games have that issue as well. Like, for instance, like Kraber in Apex, like sometimes it'll one-shot you, sometimes it won't. So yeah, I feel like it's a good identity to have. I personally don't have an issue with it. I don't feel like other players would have an issue with it, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
There will always be some that do, and there will always be some that don't. And, it's about keeping
everyone happy.
The most important thing when reporting a character are the players who played this god in Smite 1 excited? And then it's, have we improved the play experience? Have we playing against it, with it, all that type of stuff? But first and foremost, it's got to be, are the players of this god from Smite 1 excited about these changes? And hopefully, our Pele, Medusa, Aphrodite players are excited off this patch. And I think you should be, because I think all of them got some pretty cool changes. All right, we gotta get to the random question of the week, because I do have to pack for my trip tomorrow, so gotta get out of here pretty quickly, unfortunately. But we got Timmy 2 Shots in the Patreon Discord. Again, if you want to get involved, patreon.com/backliners is the place to go for that. Timmy asks, if you could invite a person of interest to your house for dinner, who would it be and what's the meal? Are you cooking it or ordering? It's a great question from Timmy.
I don't know if that's podcast appropriate.
Who are you inviting that wouldn't be podcast appropriate?
Well, the guy that everyone knows right now. That guy, is that? I don't know if that's. I don't know. It's been
it's inbounds for me. I don't know. Like I'm with you, brother. Let's get that man in here.
That's the most interesting man in the world right now.
I'm not ordering McDonald's for him. I'll tell you that. He's got a. I don't think he's craving a Big Mac anytime soon.
like I would love to just sit down and just have like a conversation with just kind of
What's
just
good,
go over
brother?
everything. Like what? Yeah,
Yeah.
just to talk about everything. Because I've always been interested in like I watch a lot of crime documentaries. I'm sure like everyone else does as well.
Sure.
Pretty sure like that's a pretty hot topic. Um, but being able to talk with someone who's done something like that casually over dinner and just pick their brain of like, why did you do this? What drove you to it? Like, how do you feel right now? Like, just going through everything and just picking their brain because my brain does not work like that. And
Sure.
it would be very interesting to talk to someone whose brain does work like that and just see their side of things. If it's not him, it's probably I feel like the Pope would be cool to talk to. I feel
The
like that'd
Pope would
be
be cool.
yeah.
Don't think you want both of them to show up.
Maybe that would be a great conversation. I'll just be a fly on the wall, and those two will have a great
Yeah,
conversation.
I'm sure they would. That is not what I expected you to say at all.
The first one or the second one?
The first one caught me more off guard than the second
Oh, okay.
one, for sure.
I just go on Reddit so much
I know.
lately,
Me too,
and
because I deleted
he
Twitter from my phone, so I'm on it way more now.
yeah, I'm completely off Twitter, which is why I miss most Smite events now because I feel like they're kind of connected.
Yeah,
But my Reddit feed is just him.
I
Like
know, bro. They love him over there.
so much. Like every subreddit is just posting him,
I
and
know.
I'm so invested in this story.
He's
And
on the mind. I get it.
exactly.
Well,
It's
what
just
are you making? What are you ordering for him? Are you making something or
oh,
are you ordering something?
I would order whatever he wants.
Have to.
Whatever. Yeah, if it's him, it's just whatever he wants, whatever he's feeling. I don't even know if I would want to eat. I feel like I would just be so invested in talking with him and just picking his brain and just seeing why everything happened. And
Yeah.
yeah, it would just be whatever he wants. I genuinely feel like I would just eat before I had this conversation with him, and then
Just
just
watch
treat
him
him.
eat. I'm sure that would make him feel really normal and not uncomfortable at all. He's like, "Are you
Okay,
gonna eat
maybe
any?" And you're like, "No, I already ate. Go ahead."
I ate 30 minutes ago.
He's like,
You
"Why?"
okay? That would start out the conversation bad. Okay, I would get something too. I would eat it with him.
There you go.
You're steering me in the right direction.
Yeah. Who would I invite? I know the food for sure, and I would get pizza from my uncle's pizza shop. It's what I do for anyone who comes to visit. It's just kind of classic. Who would I invite though? I don't know. I would love to. I'd love to pick Cadrill's brain, the League of Legends former commentator who is now full-time content creator. He had more viewers than the official Riot stream did for most of League Worlds, which is like absurd. I just had a lot of respect for him and how he casted, and think his transition has been really impressive to watch. And now he's coaching a team that's going to play against T1 of like a bunch of streamers from League, which is crazy. So Cadrill would be up there. It's probably a lot of sports commentators that I've loved over the years. Greg Brown, the local Pirates guy. Doc Emmerich is my favorite all-time sports commentator. Those types of guys, and yeah, it would be my uncle's pizza shop for sure. Definitely not cooking for them. I don't want to insult them. That would be bad. Yoma asks, "What is our favorite and least favorite chip type / flavor?"
Least favorite.
I'm gonna
would
make you so
be-
mad with mine. I know you're not gonna like what I'm about to say.
Least favorite, honestly, might be like a barbecue for me.
Oh, you're
I,
not gonna be mad. Yes, barbecue chips are so overrated, bro.
they like if I want barbecue flavor things, well, vegan by the way.
Sure.
I would just eat some barbecue sauce on like some tofu or some.
Are
seitan,
potato
something
chips
like
potato chips vegan?
that. Yeah, most are.
But barbecue sauce ones aren't?
Well, I just don't like them. I feel like I
sure.
used to like them as a kid, but as I've gotten older and
so much worse, bro. There's so many better options.
I just don't understand what they're trying to do. Like, it doesn't taste like barbecue. Like,
no,
it just tastes like seasonings. Like, it's you
yeah,
don't eat it. You're like, oh, that's barbecue. Like, that's good.
yep.
It just doesn't hit the same.
Nope.
Favorite? I can't eat them that much, but I think it's like cheddar and sour cream.
Ooh, yeah, those are good.
Are not vegan most of the time.
Bro, have you had what are they, Boulder? Like Boulder chips.
I've not.
Yeah, Boulder Canyon. Check those bad boys out. I didn't see them anywhere in Georgia, so unlucky for you, but my local grocery store here carries these. Meerkat's been preached about him for years because, he's in Boulder, freaking Colorado staying, all that kind of stuff. These chips are actually goated. I think they might be better than Cape Cod chips, which were the top dog in the clubhouse. But Boulder Canyon chips, they've got a cheddar and sour cream that I've got some of upstairs. Fire. The sea salt and cracked pepper chips, fire. Like, they're banging. Check them out.
Jalapeno chips, I can eat those like 99% of the time.
Yes, dude.
All of those are always so good.
Bro, like, the Cape Cod jalapeno chips. Oh, kettle cooked.
It's got just enough spice to keep bringing you back, but it's not like overbearing like you're eating like straight jalapeno. They found the heat spice level, and they just...
Bro, I want chips so bad right now. So bad.
My mouth is actually... I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just salivating.
I know. I literally spat. I literally spat when I was talking about that because I've got so much saliva in my... I love chips, man. It's so bad. Yeah, it's barbecue chips are the worst. They're bad. There's so many better chips. Salt and vinegar, unbelievable. I've been really into like cracked pepper chips, and I'd say right now my favorite is the Boulder Canyon sea salt and cracked pepper with avocado oil. That's what they fry them in, get it a little healthier. Jalapeno chips. I definitely prefer kettle cooked. And the best tortilla chip on the market, Tostitos multigrain scoops. That's if you're having some salsa, get some multigrain scoops. Even if you aren't a multigrain person. I'm not a multigrain bread type of guy. None of that. No wheat bread. But the Tostitos multigrain scoops, top tier. Barra, concur? You tried the multigrain scoops?
Yeah, about 3 years ago. They're pretty good.
Yep. You're welcome.
They're not crazy good. It's still
Shut up, man. They're great.
It's still a chip at the end of the day, but it's not like gonna blow your socks off. Your socks are still gonna be on.
No, your toes might be wiggling free. That's all I'm saying.
They'll be wiggling a little bit, but they won't. The socks will still be on.
The heel, your heel might slide out. They're not gonna blow your socks clean off, but the heel might slide off. That's all I'm saying. Okay, it's something to think about.
Honorable mention, real quick, to Skinny Pop Kettle Corn Sweet and Salty. That is outrageous. We had them at Costco, of course.
Ooh, yep.
A giant bag of them, and me and Destiny just killed it. Like,
oh yeah.
Anytime those are on sale, it's just a nice balance of sweet and salty. And it's kind of one of those things where you just sit in front of the TV with like an enormous bag, and then you're like, oh, half the bag's gone. And then by the end of the next day, it's like, oh, my entire bag is gone. Like, that's unfortunate. I guess I have to go to Costco again and buy some more popcorn. Yeah, the Skinny Pop anything is just really good. I eat a lot more of that than potato chips because I don't know why. Actually, I just do.
Got to get back on that chip train, brother. They're so good.
Yeah, I mean, by how much my mouth has been salivating during this conversation, I feel like
you owe it to yourself.
Owe myself, yeah,
for sure. And M Messi asks if you could have one Smite ability to use IRL, what would it be? Apollo ult and Loki stealth are easy, but imagine a firefighter with Geb shield. Geb shield would go crazy. Here's the thing. Obviously, Apollo ult sounds really appealing, but how much mana do I have? I feel like I don't have that much. I'm probably low on mana at all times, so I probably can't fly that
up
far.
And coming right back down.
Which would be fun, don't get me wrong, but like, honestly, I think I'd rather have Serenade. Or even So Beautiful. Like, I wouldn't be mad at the moves. Does Apollo have just the best kit to have, like, as a person? Maybe.
Probably. Well, okay. What could you cure with Cupid's 2? Could I cure diseases?
Surely not.
Oh, okay.
That would be OP.
Do I have cooldowns?
Yeah, definitely. And they're probably really long. Because you're out because you need to build up mana.
Yeah.
You need the mana cost. Like, I don't know.
Let me look at the Smite 1 God page. Cause it's been
imagine being able to sing and everyone around you is just like legitimately mesmerized. They are legitimately mesmerized.
Think about Alquang ult.
Yeah, I stab someone and throw them up into the air, and if they're old and near death, then I become a dragon. Like,
just go in the hospital and transform every day.
They're like, "Oh, stop that guy! He eats people! Don't let that guy in here! He's gonna... No! He did it again, bro! The ceiling's off! How does he keep getting in here, man?" Like, I feel like I'd feel bad.
Arachneal would be terrifying.
Oh, it'd be really scary, for sure. Even Arachne 3.
Ardio ult would have people excited.
How long would it take to change back, though?
Oh, that's a good point.
Probably take a while.
Suku would be a great ability.
Suku would be a great ability. Suku would be a great ability. It might be Suku. Suku might be the answer. But what, like, is Suku chill? Or is it gonna, like, is she gonna, like, eat stuff and people, you know? How much control do I have over Suku?
It's magical, so I feel like Suku doesn't need to eat.
Oh, then yeah, that sounds great. Suku might be the best answer. Cathara says Kepriol. That's a pretty good suggestion, but I have to know when people are gonna die.
Yeah, no, that's too hard. That's too hard. You have a 5-second window.
Well, I could guarantee it in that 5 seconds is all I'm saying. I get your dinner guest and us together, like, we're kind of unstoppable, no? Like, it could be good. But how much am I rezzing them for? Am I rank 1? Like, exactly, they're not getting that much HP, you know? And if it's a percentage of their max HP, like, yeah, I don't know, it'd be tough. It would be tough to use properly. Suku does seem like the best one immediately to me.
Well, Chernobog ult, can I ult to anyone?
Anyone who's an op. Anyone who's against you. Just your enemies. We could start... You and I could start some fake beef so that we could Chernobog ult to each other. Like, we can make that happen.
That'd be sick!
That'd be so cool.
I love that. Cthulhu would be crazy.
All right, babe, I'm going to hang out with Bera, and I just take to the sky. I see a map of the United States, and I just head first dive my way there.
Okay, all right. Chernobog might win for me.
Chernobog's definitely up there.
Heimdall Crystal would... Okay, maybe Heimdall Crystal.
Mm-hmm. Bro, but here's the thing. I would put one Heimdall Crystal in my bathroom upstairs. And then I'd put the other one down here. And I'd put that thing on cooldown for 3 weeks just so I didn't have to use the stairs. Joe would be like, can we use the Heimdall Crystal? I'm like, nah, it's on cooldown. I had a spicy chicken sandwich and I needed to place it there.
Okay, I think it's Heimdall Crystal. I think... Oh, Janice. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but you're only going through one wall. Oh, you're talking about the ult, right? Okay. Bro, I'd be scared to shoot it. It would... No way you wouldn't kill someone with it. No way.
That's fair.
It's going around the whole world. It's global.
Okay. Probably Heimdall 3. If I can ult anyone, it's Chernobog ult. If it's...
Bro, I'm picking Heimdall ult. Imagine someone cuts you off in traffic.
What?
Imagine someone cuts you off in traffic and they get out of their car and you get out of yours and you just uppercut them and they experience 2 different realms. They're coming back a changed person.
Wouldn't they just come back and just ragdoll effect to the earth and just
Yeah, they'd be fine. It doesn't
explode?
No, they wouldn't kill them unless they're low HP, but I'm not doing it to a frail old woman. I'm doing it to some jerk who's getting out of his Tesla and yelling at me. And I'm putting him through the realms and I'm bringing him back.
What if the jerk's a frail old woman?
Well,
and
then...
she gets out and she starts cussing you out and punches you in the face.
Well, then she should have picked Kepriot for hers. Okay? That's what she should have picked. I'm putting her through the realms and she's coming back a changed woman. That's all I'm saying. Their life will never be the same, brother. That's it.
Yeah, okay. Or Morgan ults. Could I change into anyone?
Bro, what could you possibly do worth doing in
That's
5
fair,
in what?
seconds.
Yeah,
I can do a lot in 5 seconds.
Now that I say it out loud, I realize I'm discounting a lot of stuff I can do in that amount of time. Yes, sir.
Especially if I buy Chronos Pendant, I'll get that thing back up real quick.
No problem at all. There's no doubt. Yeah, you can transform to Usain Bolt long enough to win an Olympic medal. Bro, imagine Usain Bolt just T-posing at his at his starting block until 3 seconds before, and then he transforms and then wins the race, then de-transforms again into a totally different guy. You'd be like, is that even allowed? Can you even do that?
Okay. Chernobog ult. Final answer.
I'm going Heimdall ult so that I can rewire some people's brains. No, I know where they're gonna land. I'll keep a mattress on me, and I'll toss the mat.
By the time they get
no,
there.
I'll put a little trampoline down.
Humans have 1 HP. If you hit them with a Heimdall ult, they're toast.
No, they're
gonna
fine.
be dead by the dimension.
Yeah, but it'll be a hell of a trip, brother. Let me tell you, it'll open their eyes.
Yeah, it's Chernobog ult. Yeah, Chernobog ult.
Good question. I'm gonna be thinking about that during my flight tomorrow and thinking about how I wish I could just be dive bombing head first.
Bring up that question on the Titan Talk if you can. I don't know what Titans talk about.
Maybe I will. I will.
It's a great question.
Yeah, that's a good point that Cathara just makes though. Is aren't lane minions canonically above average warriors? Heimdall doesn't even hit minions. It only hits gods. So maybe this is
just
a bad
their car.
Yeah, but dude, if I sent their car through the realms, you think they're messing with me? They're apologizing for sure. I'm only seeing upside here. No, surely you have to be able to... you can't Geb Shield a minion, but you could Geb Shield someone in Messi's example. So I'm saying it would I could hit a person and they would live. Those are the 2 stipulations. If those aren't true, then I'm picking Heimdall Crystal. But I know I'm not going to use it to its fullest. Because you have to go to the place, You could go to the place. But you only have to buy one-way plane tickets everywhere you go.
Exactly.
Something to think about. That could be big. All right. Thanks everyone for watching / listening. Oh, Horror Assault would be good. That's a good shout, Cathara. Thank you everyone for watching / listening. Hope you tune in to the Titan Talk again at 3 p.m. tomorrow. And the LAN this weekend, which starts Thursday. I will not be on the cast until Saturday, but don't let that dissuade you, of course. We'll be back probably next week to talk about the LAN and all the exciting stuff coming to Smite 2, of which you will know more after tomorrow's Titan Talk. So thanks everyone. Via.com/backliners I believe is the... Or viahemp.com /backliners, or the code backliners, excuse me, if you're 21 or over. Shout out to them as our podcast sponsor. And we will catch you later. Bera, you know what to do. Okay, it didn't come through, Bera. It didn't come through.
What?
I swear to God,
What do you mean?
your mic legitimately cut out. I did not hear it at all. Here, let's bring it back. Here we go. Okay. And this time, Bera, you know what to do.
Bye.
Okay, it got cut off. It got cut off. Like, I heard the beginning, I heard the end, but it got a little cut off. Do you want a third try, or should we just...
No, it's fine. I'll just make it up next time.
Okay, he'll make it up next time.
Is it me or is it you?
It's you. I don't know, but I'm saying it's you, because I get to mute your mic now. Your mic is muted, and no matter what you say, you can't defend yourself. Oh, guys, he just hit a really good bye. And I'm not trolling, he really did, but you didn't listen to it. Sorry. Goodbye.